what I see and what I hear from you as well is a consolidation of economic power in the hands of the wealthiest, a consolidation of political power in the hands of the wealthiest. What do you do? Is there any orientation or inclination to try to break that?
It should be broken because it's not really working for the world. If you think about the fragility, the poorer countries are not catching up. And we really want a world where there's some kind of convergence, where the people in lower income levels actually get to grow faster. That's what creates stability. So we don't have a process to do that, and there doesn't seem to be very much interest in getting to that process. If you think about what the advanced economies are doing, and justified by COVID, or they used that as a rationalization, they spent huge amounts of money. So now the national debts of the advanced economies are super high, interest rates are going up, so much more of the world's capital is going just to pay off the debt of the advanced economies. That leaves less for everybody else. And I think that's a grave concern. We have the global macro techniques that are being used that end up concentrating the debt at the top. The central banks are part of it as well. The lack of debt limits on the advanced economies, the US is going through that now, but it applies all equally to Japan and to Europe, of the government's able to spend money much more freely than anybody else within the economy.
Now, you said what we should want is for the developing countries to converge with the West. Do the Americans actually really want that? Is the revealed preference the Americans don't want that?
This is that age-old debate of how do you raise the median income. I expressed it correctly. We want people at the bottom to have faster growth so they can catch up. That is a stabilizing force. So we can call it inequality or convergence. I like to use the phrase growth. We want fast growth in poorer countries so that they can get ahead and stabilize and have fruitful lives with opportunity. So that, yes, is a goal of the World Bank, but I think it also very much is the goal of a value-based society worldwide.
Does that reduce in nature necessarily when America has more as a foreign policy driver inshoring and nearshoring and the desire to rebuild its own working and middle classes that to a degree they felt were hollowed out through globalization?
I think we have to guard against isolationism. You have to look at your national interest and say, what is going to be good for us? So if you say, well, I only want to trade with my neighbors who are friends, that's a grave narrowing of economic principles. There has to be some kind of global market in order to achieve efficiency. Then what you can say is, well, I don't want to depend on other countries, especially if they're authoritarian, as is Russia and China. So I think there is plenty of room in a logical world to say we don't want dependency, but we also want to have a vibrant global marketplace that is competitive. And the US needs to lead and be in the center of that and be the starting point for a lot of this rethinking of the global system.